Hello, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we are going to be reacting to Suga's or Agust D's Daechwita. And we've heard a lot of things about this song. There's a trilogy, and this is the first one in the trilogy. So even though he has his new album out with other songs, we have to start with Daechwita to kind of follow along the correct path that Suga wants you to follow.
I'm not
sure. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. I'm not sure if I watched this one. I will see, but this one was recommended by Greta, a Patreon member. So we're excited to go down this path to discover Suga's new videos.
Yes, I love watching their solo work. So I'm excited. I know he does all the rapping, so it's going to be completely different than the other members' solo work that we've listened to so far. So I'm excited to dive into some Agust D.
I wonder, because I've watched two of his other videos and they're a little dark, so I'm wondering if this one's a little dark. Maybe most likely, huh?
Well, if it's a trilogy.
Well, that makes sense, right?
Are you ready to get started?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold up. Hold up.
Okay, I have seen this before. The one
That's Jin!
The one in the blue?
That's Jin!
Oh, I need my glasses.
Sorry, I just saw Jin. And Jungkook!
Okay, I recognize Jungkook.
Jin is wearing a lot of, he's got like this beard thing going on.
Okay, I do recognize Jungkook, but I don't really recognize Jin. I don't know why. Maybe because you said he's got all this stuff on.
Well, let's just watch that over.
All right, let's do it.
범으로 태어났지 적어도 너처럼 약하진 않지 촉박되는 강제롱 잔치 속가 존나게 어이없지 싹 다 죽여 난 예의 없이 새끼 그래 너 예외 없이 flexing 난 없지 필요 다 없지 Who's the king who's the boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만상 새끼들 당장 놈의 목을 쳐
Okay, so he's got the scar.
Right. That's a scar that I was confused about.
Yes, and there seems to be two Sugas.
Right. I don't get it.
As far, are they twins? Are they past and present Sugas, but they both have the scar, but very different characters. This one seems like he's in the palace. He's the king. Because he says in his rapping, who's your king? Or something about him being the king. The only thing I looked up is Daechwita. I didn't know what that meant. So I looked that up, and it's a traditional music played either by the military to announce like the king is coming or in the presence of the king. So Daechwita, that it's that traditional music played for royalty.
Oh, okay.
And it seemed like maybe this Suga is the king because he had all those people like bowing.
Yeah.
They were like cowering or covering, bowing to him.
Yes. I'm looking forward to the explanation because I don't get it because I've seen other videos. Another one in particular where it's modern day and he cuts himself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did I give something away?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
You might have. I haven't figured out the scar yet, unless it's just the scar is supposed to represent, it's supposed to be that identifying factor that they're the same person or twins. Well, twins wouldn't have the same scar.
Well, there was, I don't know if it's this video where it shows both of them. So I guess we'll find out. It's kind of interesting to figure out. Okay, it's like a mystery.
Well, this whole video is incredible. Suga sounds amazing. He's rapping so fast. I'm trying really hard to read his lyrics, but he raps so fast. And then also look at all the scenery because I know everything for BTS there's a purpose for it. Anyways, okay.
Who's the king? Who's the boss? 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만산 새끼들 당장 놈의 목을 쳐.
He's a bad king.
He looks like it.
He's cutting off people's heads and then hanging them either as trophies or as warnings. Maybe that's why the people were bowing to him because they're afraid of him.
Yeah.
Not showing. You notice that you couldn't even see their faces? Maybe they were bowing to him because they were like, oh, please, not my head.
That's what it seems like.
원하는 건 모두 가졌지 이제는 물들 가져야만 만족이 될지 내가 원했던 건 너 때문에 돈 담은 걸걸 이 다음은 도대체 뭐지 그 다음은 그래 뭘 관심이 느껴지는 현타 네가 없는 현상 위험보다 난 이젠 강하리만 보다가 이대로 척추하고 I'm a king I'm a boss 새겨놓아 내 이름 이만산 새끼들 당장 놈의 줘 I'm a king I'm a boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만산 새끼들 당장 놈의 먹을 줘.
Well, it looked like the other Suga who was in the car, he was captured by the King Suga, and he's all tied up. And then looks like King Suga was coming with a sword off with his head.
He's just gonna execute him.
So it seems like they're not the same person. They're two different people, but then they both have the same scar. It's almost like past and present. I don't know.
No, the one
Like
in the
old
car.
and new.
The one in the car doesn't have a scar.
I thought he did have a scar.
I don't think so. We'll have to look at it again.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Did he?
See, he does.
He does?
Yeah.
I guess I don't have my glasses on.
Okay. But it looks less there. Oh, I just poked myself in the eye. Car Suga, new Suga, the scar isn't as obvious. King Suga, it's more pronounced.
I didn't even see it.
And he has his hair in front of his face.
원하는 건 모두 가졌지 이제는 물도 가져야만 만족이 될지 내가 원했던 건 너 때문에 논다면 걸걸 이 다음은 도대체 뭐지 그 다음은 그래 뭘까 심히 느껴지는 현타 네가 없는 현상 위험보다 난 이젠 강하리만 보다가 이대로 쫓아고 I'm a king I'm a boss 새겨놓아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 당장 놈의 줄 I'm a king I'm a boss 다 알잖아 내 이름 이만 산 새끼들 당장 놈의 먹을 줄
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You're right. That was dark. But that was good. That was like a movie.
Yes.
That was so intense.
Now I want to know, what is this all about? Did he kill his twin brother? Did they both think they were kings? Why did they... The whole time I thought it was just one of them with the scar.
But you see how New Suga I'm going to call him New Suga and King Suga. They both have the scar. It's just New Suga, his hair is kind of like cut perfectly where it's maybe in his face. But he does have a scar. So it's like, do they represent the same person from past and now present? Because the King Suga is more in traditional clothing and the New Suga is in a car. Whereas when you think of traditional Korean cultural stuff, you don't think of, a car.
Right.
So it's almost like past and present or evil versus good but whenever you see King Suga, he's the one who's like, who's your king? Who's your boss? Say my name, So it's obviously that he's the king and, he's cutting off people's heads. And then this New Suga maybe is rising up against the evil king.
Yes.
Doesn't it give you those vibes?
I'm confused. I'm confused.
I'm not as confused as you. I feel like I'm picking up what he's putting down. Maybe I'm not catching everything because I know how complicated BTS videos are. And I mean, the first time you watch something, you miss more than half of it. You have to keep going back and watching over and over and over again. But it just kind of seems like New Suga is rising up against King Suga, who is probably not a good king. If he's cutting off people's heads and hanging them as trophies, then it seems like this New Suga is trying to replace him, and then the King Suga catches him, and then the guy who was cutting off people's heads it's dark. That's pretty dark. In the beginning of the music video where he's cutting off people's heads, he doesn't cut New Suga's head off. It's like he's part of the revolt now. The rebellion or something.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Oh, sorry.
No, it'll be interesting to find out what the story is.
Okay. That was insanely good. I enjoyed that way more than I would have expected.
It is very epic. Like you said, it does seem like a huge movie.
It seems like a movie has such an epic quality about it. Very movie, big production quality to it. Everything was so impeccably done. The costumes, the scenery, the filming, the dancing. And then King Suga kind of had a sword and was kind of doing a martial arts routine. And everything was just done so well. Suga sounded so badass and hardcore. And whenever I see Suga in BTS videos, he just always seems so sweet. He has just such this beautiful, sweet face. And then I'm seeing a completely different side. His rapper Agust D persona is kind of dark.
Very dark.
And kind of hard and hardcore. And Suga's really, really good looking.
He is. He is
can
good
pull
looking.
off this blonde hair. He can pull off that black hair. God, he just has this like look. Sometimes he gives the camera a look. And it's like, ooh, ooh. And it kind of makes sense because when we see interviews, Suga's always the more quiet one.
He is very quiet.
I would say demure, quiet, and maybe that can be interpreted in the wrong way, but I always interpreted him as just being very, he cares about what he's going to say, or maybe he just has a lot of thoughts in his head, so he's just a little bit more quiet. But now seeing this music video, it kind of makes sense to me why he's so quiet. He's like a quiet genius.
Yes, I can see that.
I bet you he just has music and producing and lyrics and all these things just going through his head, that he's just a little bit more on the quiet, calm side because he just has so much going on in the brain.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. For example, when I used to go to school, some of the most quietest students were the smartest.
That's exactly what it is. I feel like he's just this genius, and he doesn't need to prove anything to anybody by being somebody that he's not, by being outgoing or by being extroverted. He's just kind of this to himself introvert, always thinking, always got something going on, some genius,
Right.
something going on, because that was just different from anything I've ever seen him in.
Very different.
Completely different side to him that I was not aware of. I always knew he was more on the quiet side than the other 6 guys. But this, I think, really showcases his talent. His
Yes.
individualism.
And if you notice, he's an excellent actor.
Yeah.
You know, to do all those scenes, it's not just the dancing or the singing, but the looks that he gives, the
2 different
intensity.
personalities.
Yes.
With King Suga and New Suga.
Yes, excellent actor.
Yeah.
You have to be an excellent actor to pull that off and get those intense feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
I am so in love with this. I know that you were saying that you watched some of his solo stuff and that they were really dark, but I feel like I don't know. I resonate. I resonate with Agust D.
Well, I know Greta had recommended strongly recommend. I don't know strongly, but she recommended because I asked her. They're very dark. Should we go ahead and react to them? And she said, yes, react to them. They're very popular, so react to them. So that's why I said, let's do it.
I get why this is popular. Everything about that song. I mean, it had a great beat. Suga sounded amazing. His rapping skills, I feel I really heard a different side to his rapping. He's extremely talented. And just the whole thing. was a really cool music video. And we are going to react to the Daechwita explanation video. We'll see how righty right or how wrongity wrong I was interpreting this video and how many other little things I completely missed.
A lot of times you get it pretty spot on, but I honestly, I'm clueless.
Well, aren't you excited to watch the explanation?
I am. I really am, because I've been confused because there's 2 other videos.
Which we will also do.
With Suga with that scar, modern day and history, back in history, back in time. And I know I mentioned in another video that I'm confused, that is there a sequence of events, and
we didn't know which one. We didn't know that this was a trilogy until Greta told us, and that we have to watch them in a specific order. And so this was the one to start with. So that was a big help, because we might have started with the last one and then that really would have been confusing. So if this was the first one, I think that this was a great introduction and getting my toes wet into the world of Agust D, Suga, and his solo work. I loved it. Personally, I loved it. I really enjoyed that one.
Well, I definitely enjoy the mystery of it, and the cinematography.
Yeah,
all of that.
Yeah.
It's just pretty epic.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and watch the explanation video now. I'm really excited to do that. So thank you so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.